What are you observing overseas? What do you think is the future of motorsport?
Well, definitely the electric thing is happening. We can't sort of turn our back on that. How it happens, people have got different opinions on all that, but it's definitely happening. We've already got things like Formula E. We've got people like Audi are going to run a car in the electric car in the Dakar Rally, which is one of the toughest events in the world. Yeah. So there's a lot of progress there. All the German manufacturers are starting to race. They're going to race electric cars in the Nürburgring series, which is endurance on the old Nordschleife track, minimum 4-hour races. So they must be pretty confident the batteries will last pretty well. It's dictated really by what the manufacturers want to do. And we might split off into two areas where we'll have a motor racing that's just for pure entertainment, where it's aimed at the fan base and maybe some sponsorship, but it's not built around being subsidised by the manufacturers. With the internal combustion engine stuff, it'll keep going, but it mightn't have as much manufacturer money in it to push it along. Yeah. It's just really where the manufacturer dollars go.
If you look at Mount Panorama, which is, so critical to Bathurst's business and tourism model,
yeah.
How do you see the future for the Mount?
I think it's a great future because it's so unique. It's one of, there's Mount Panorama, there's Spa-Francorchamps, and there's the Nürburgring. For me, sure, there's Le Mans is pretty good and whatnot, but as far as really unique circuits, there's not many. And you can't make these tracks anymore. Like, there's no way you'd ever get planning permission to build a racetrack on the top of a mountain.
How can we build on that? Like, how does that translate, do you think?
It depends how you want to build on it. Do you want everything based around motor racing? Somebody said to me once, there's a big difference between motor racing and motorsport. And it's true. Motorsport, there's loads of people don't really want to be racing drivers, but they love racing and they want to have a role in it. Yeah. That's one of the good things about Mount Panorama that I see, that I've seen. They have the hill climbs, they have all that sort of thing. It doesn't always get the mention.
Do you have any opinion about the second track?
One thing I liked about it was something that was going to be used basically 7 days a week. It was going to incorporate, be a great track for motor. It was going to be a safe track, which I think was important because we've already got a dangerous track. Mount Panorama is a dangerous track, so we don't need another dangerous track. It's going to be a safe track to be good for motorbikes and cars, driver training, corporate events, all that sort of thing. Yeah. But it takes a lot of money. At the end of the day, with all this, with racing, it's about money. And what could change things with the electric stuff is if it becomes financially more feasible. To give you an example, in the go-karting, there's some guys started in the UK with the electric karts for the little kids, for the Bambino karts or the cadets. And the running costs are way, way cheaper.
Okay.
The initial cost is a little bit higher, and the karts are all very equal with the way they're powered with the electric motors on these. So we could find at that level, that could end up being the dominant path. With all this development, what we can't see is where we'll be in 5 years as far as the developments with the electric. And economically, where the world economy goes. If it weakens, it has an effect on motorsport.